Good evening, Ruskin Chewers. Happy to know right, because it's time for the predictions video. Yes, earlier today we had the Christmas Week 2 Rust Store for 2024 being accepted, and we got a lovely selection of skins. But in this video, we're going to go ahead and try and figure out of all these skins, which of them potentially might be the best investment for this week, which these skins might help us walk away with some sweet, delicious looking profit. So sit back, relax, I'm going to start yapping. Right, so, yes, it's another batch of Christmas skins. By default, we must be well aware that Christmas skins aren't very good short-term investments. Every single Christmas skin that you see here, you should not be surprised to see they're very likely to go down in price, like, pretty quickly the very second Christmas is over. When we have next week happen, when we get that next roster, which is one day after Christmas, oh dear, suddenly all the Christmas skins are out of favour. Oh no, but this is a routine thing that happens. In short, once we reach around February, March, April time, you know, around spring, so many of these Christmas skins are going to get dumped that they're all going to drop down in price pretty harshly. Maybe not all of them. We'll talk more about that in a bit. But by default, you should assume most of these brand new Christmas skins will reach a rock bottom price during that period of time, February, March, April. But from then on, you'll see these skins slowly and graciously rise up in price in anticipation for Christmas 2025. We've been through this before in the past. Let's just quickly go ahead and look at last year's Christmas skins for week 2, 2023. And I can easily pick out a skin right here. Oh, look, Neon Snowflake. Let's go give that a good look. The large box that was accepted last year, as you can see right now, it's evens with its restore price from last year. But how did it behave over the course of the past year? It immediately went down in price. At its worst, it was down to about $1.60, $1.70. Now, this has actually performed so much better compared to most Christmas skins. But as time went on, it did recover, and right now it's back up to evens, which is very nice to see. But a lot of other Christmas skins, they tend to go down like really badly. Do you know what? Serious Santa's a much better showcase of this. Most holiday-themed clothing skins, which are very gimmicky towards the holiday, they drop off really badly. But look what happened here. Whilst this dropped off and reached a low point around March time of about 60 cents, now it goes even lower here. Yeah, about just before April. That's selling for about 60 cents. Right now, it's currently selling for around $1.60. So clearly you can see, as time goes on, in the long term, these Christmas-themed skins are then expected to actually rise up in price because, of course, they spike in demand once it's the Christmas season. Cool. So you now understand that. You get that. Cool. Right. So let's now hop back over to December 19 and let's talk about all of these skins because whilst they're all expected to go down below their rest price at some point, maybe they don't go down too badly compared to others, and then in the future, in anticipation for Christmas 2025, they'll rise up much better compared to all the other skins. So what am I feeling most confident in regards to, out of all these Christmas skins, which one will probably go down not so badly? I'm thinking it's the Gingerbread Hammer. This is the first skin to be accepted by Uncle over here, and this is the second hammer skin to be accepted in like the past 2 or 3 years. Of course, earlier this year, we had the Easter Chick Hammer, and that has worked out ever so nicely due to a sheer lack of like competition. Now, I know we've had Twitch drops, but we don't get skins accepted in Rust stores anymore for some strange reason. In the past, we used to get quite a lot. Now, none. But do you notice how every single one of these is in the green, in the positive? Because we don't see them being accepted in Rust stores anymore. They don't have that much competition. So, with this right here, the question is, will we see a lot of hammer skins being introduced into Rust stores in 2025? Or will it be very similar based on the idea of maybe we don't even get a single hammer skin accepted in 2025. Maybe we don't even get a Twitch drop. Maybe we'd get a lot more. I don't know. But I have noticed a lot of interesting hammer skins being introduced and submitted to the workshop in 2024, and they still don't get accepted. With this kind of like expectation of no hammer skins being accepted, skin creators just kind of don't bother making hammer skins. They don't. Like every now and then they might make one, but to see so many denials, why would they even bother? So keep that in mind. Gingerbread Hammer, whilst it's still gimmicky for Christmas, of course, as you can see right here, with a sheer lack of competition, with a sheer lack of skins being accepted, hammer skins that is, maybe this just probably only goes down to maybe like $1.50 from $2, and maybe it works out nicely. So, okay, yeah, that could have a very interesting future ahead of it. And, well, I'm sure many of you are well aware, in the past, we have had like other gingerbread-themed hammers, and they've worked out quite nicely. Oh, yes, Snowman, yep, so that's currently the positive, $4 plus. That right there, the other hammer we just looked at a minute ago, almost $4. These holiday hammers, once it's Christmas again, yeah, it very likely will go up in price quite nicely. So, yes, it can have a nice future ahead of it, and I don't think it'll go down in price too badly. So, okay, you know, that's looking totally fine. That's fine. But what about all these other skins here? What's also potentially looking like it won't go down too badly, or at the very least will recover ever so nicely? Now we talk about the anime skin. Oh yes, indeed, it happened. It's a miracle. Well, here we go. So technically speaking, a pseudo collection continuation to the AK that was accepted quite recently. I'm sure many of you remember the Popstar AK47. Well, it's selling quite nicely on the Rust Steam market at the moment because it hasn't really gone down in price. As I go over to here, no, it's not there. Where is it? It's here. It is. Yes. 29 listings, it's evens. Most AK-47 skins just kind of go down in price and never recover. They probably go down to around $1. Not that one. Sold at $3, still selling at $3. And as we approach January time, there's only so many of them to go around, and we keep seeing anime skins being accepted. You're going to have an anime collection of skins soon. I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest. So yes, this skin creator in particular, he's been successful with it, and there will be more, and you should be prepared for that. All right, anime has won. You have lost. It's too late. Anyway, so this right here, clearly a Christmas theme skin, as you can see. But question is, how low will it go? How low could this potentially go? I don't know. All right, this is concerning. Well, it's anime. No, Sheepman Doors. Look at all the skins that we had accepted this year or introduced in 2024. What do you see? How many of them are actually in the positive? That one's an anomaly. We can't count that one. But Twitch drops. Down in price pretty badly, down in price, 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 down in price. Every single skin that came out 2024 that was in a Rust store is now in the negative. We had a record-breaking amount of Sheepman Doors being introduced in a single year, which was 41. Of course, also including Twitch drops. But that's the point. We keep seeing more and more and more and more being added to the game. There's too much to compare to, and unfortunately, these skins suffer because they compete with each other. They're competing for your love, your attention. Will she prevail and win? I think she will. So I'm expecting even more anime skin to be produced by that skin creator. I'm expecting other skin creators to take note and try and draw anime and manga style themselves. This could be fun. This could be fun. But for Christmas itself, I saw 4 or 5 other anime style skins being produced. This one was accepted. I am pretty sure other skin creators are going to be trying for this, or finding people who can draw it and help them out and make the skins. So something interesting to look forward to. Will this still go below its Rust store price? I wouldn't be surprised. How much is it going to sell first, though? At the current rate of sales, it's doing very good. But for us investors, if it sells just a little bit too much, that might be concerning. But anticipation for Christmas next year, 2025, I think that might be rising up ever so nicely. So, reminding myself, we talked about the Frosty's fridge last week, didn't we? Talking about how that sold at like $2.49. Well, I'll show you. So, Frosty's fridge sold at $2.49 in the Rust store last year. Earlier this year, it went all the way down to about $1.40. But what happened was, because it was a fantastic looking skin and wonderfully gimmicky towards Christmas, in anticipation for Christmas 2024, this rose up in price so nicely. So went down real bad, rose up. Yeah, that worked out perfectly. Will the same thing happen to the Christmas Miracle Sheepman Door? And here's another thing. Come on now, don't you think we'll get like a Sheepman a double door next year, or a garage door? Sheepman a double door, 2 anime girls. Oh, what a blessing. Or a garage door, or a large box. Who knows? But I do expect it. So anyway, congratulations there, RR3. And unfortunately, not very good congratulations to your wallet, because I know you've already bought about 100 of them. But yeah, do be concerned the amount that potentially will sell. That is abnormal, right? We have time. There is going to be abnormal barders, of course. Now, if you don't fully understand abnormals, well, let's quickly go over to my YouTube right over to here, and I will suggest that you go ahead and watch this video right here. Ruskin Abnormal Barders for December 19, 2024, aka the Christmas skins from last week. Watch the first 5 minutes, go to the description, skip ahead, go to the Barders chapter. Watch all of that. Basically, you'll get a very good general gist of how abnormal skins work. In short, we have time to our advantage to jump in, do barders in that skin, and then we have another 12 or so hours to see how it behaves on the Rust Steam market, and then we can consider if we actually want to jump in and buy into it. But with it being a Christmas themed skin, you should expect it to still go down in price around February, March, April, springtime, the dreaded Easter dip. So yeah, how low will it go? Don't fully know. Will it rise up graciously over the course of next year? I do expect that. Cool. Right, let's now talk about the next skin that I want to talk about, and that would be the Snowman Backpack. I feel reasonably confident in it, purely based on the fact that it's kind of mostly white. That's it. Consider watching my Rust rotation video. Again, look in the description. You can just skip ahead to where I do the showcase, because I compare this with Whiteout. I compare it against No Mercy. I also bring up that there's potentially a Whiteout backpack on the way. Anyway, it's like incredibly similar. Like I know you can see like there's like green and red and whatnot, but the amount of white on both of the skins, it's kind of similar. No Mercy is obviously black and white. This is green and red and has a orange nose, but the amount of white there from a distance, it's not too hard, or it's not too like bad, I guess you could say. Watch the rust rotation video and you'll see for yourself. Skip ahead to the chapter where I showcase this, but yeah, I kind of see it working out quite nicely. If No Mercy retains a high price, this would be looked at, but they're very similar prices at the moment because No Mercy did go down in price with the amount that sold. Not too surprising. Now, this being a Christmas themed skin by default, yeah, but if this goes lower and lower and lower in price, it'll be a lot more affordable and approachable for people that want like white sets, you know. So how low will it be allowed to go? That's an interesting thing. But we did talk about like a Christmas skin last week, didn't we? Of course, we had the stack. What was it called? The gift stack backpack. And well, our buy orders only went up to 80 cents. That's a $2 skin right there. It's looking like it's doing all right at the moment. Watch what happens when Christmas has come and gone. Oh, and will the same potential bad things happen there as well? Well, at the very least, it's abnormal, and we want to see how much it sells by next Wednesday. Cool. Right then, so we'll leave it at that there then, but I just pointed out it's a white backpack, and people probably will be keeping an eye on it, because of course, you know, pairs up nicely with white out, potentially. Watch the rotation video if you can watch that rust rotation video. Right, so with the remaining skins, what should we now talk about? Well, I think I'm going to talk about both the deplorables at the same time. So much what after just showcasing to you the behaviour of the Frosty's fridge, I can't help but assume the same thing will happen to the Christmas Eve box and the Rust Christmas double door. They are very nice. They are pleasant to the eyes. This glow in the dark of the large box here, very nice. Very, very interesting and comfy. This gingerbread sheet metal double door, very interesting in itself as well, but the fate of gimmicky deplorables for a holiday, they're going to go down in price. And I would not be surprised in the slightest if they go down at least by about half their price. February, March, April, you've been warned. However, knowing that, if you're going to make a good investment, prepare your barders at around that price. Maybe offer $1. That'll work out very nicely, because from April, as we then start to anticipate Christmas all over again, the slow, gradual, gracious rise in price as we get closer and closer to November and December, both those deplorables will rise up nicely. That's what we expect. And can't help but assume by November or December time, they'll probably go back up to their rust door price, maybe even higher. So something to consider. But yeah, that right there, it's better off as a long-term investment. But by all means, if you like the skins, buy them, use them, and join, support the skin creator, keep them nice and motivated, keep want to put out nice creative designs in the future. That's if you just want to buy one for yourself. If you're looking at both of them as an investment, you're better off doing the abnormal barders and then sticking with a long-term barder approach. Cool. Right then, I want to talk about both the weapons now. So the Candy Cane Eoka, the Merryfire AK47, both of them perfectly fine designs for the weapons itself. Like that's a very nice traditional comfy design right there for the AK produced by Donch. And over to here, it's a nice straightforward Candy Cane Eoka. Looks very nice and tasty. But have you seen the state of Eoka skins? Yeah, all the more recent ones do not hold up very well. By default, they go down to about half their price, aka $1. Okay, and then this AK right here, I've already mentioned it in the rust rotation video, but take a look at all the more recent Christmas themed AK-47s that have come out over the past few years. For example, Snowflake AK-47, Gingerbread Man AK-47, and before that, Lemmy Guess AK-47. Unfortunately, they drop off really hard, and they will go down to around $1. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but this is the behaviour in which how people treat their AK-47s that come out at Christmas. Once it's no longer Christmas, damp! Yep. So both of them will very likely be a 60 cent to 80 cent barter. And then we have the wrapped tier 3. Perfectly fine looking design, cute approach, the wrapping, the tape, very nice. But it's a gimmicky, holiday themed piece of armour. We've talked about this during Halloween. We talked about this last week with the Frozen Santa hoodie and pants. Unfortunately, these are going to go down in price. And the only thing that's going to help this out in terms of giving it a nice boost in demand, boost in price, is if we see wrapped hoodie and pants or tier 2 being produced next year. We have to wait a whole year to actually get like a nice boost in demand. How low will these go in the meantime over the course of next year? I wouldn't be surprised if they potentially go down to about 30 to 40 cents. Wouldn't be surprised in the slightest. This has happened many times in the past, but if we do see the continuation, which I have seen happen in the past, you should not be surprised in the slightest if this potentially bounces up, spikes in price, and works out ever so nicely. So, all right, cool. That's very nice to talk about. But for this very last skin, I'm conflicted and I don't really know how to approach this. More particularly, It's a green Christmas wreath poncho, as you can clearly see. Now, when I did my Rust rotation showcase, someone actually asked me, hey Hedge, could you wear that with flashback hoodie and pants? You know, the much more affordable option compared to Forest Raiders. Anyway, if you are looking for a nice cheap poncho that's green to, you know, get some nice sort of camouflage, that is actually not too bad. It's not that bad of an idea. It's got transparency, so it doesn't cover too much. You still have like the whole poncho there, so you're still getting all the the protection. But that right there, after seeing what happened to the deep sea poncho from last year, people very likely will consider it as some green armor. Yes, it's got some color to it, but from a certain distance, it's not that noticeable. Consider watching my Rust rotation video. See that here? Not too many people cared for the skin, but as you know, the price of the fish poncho kept going up and whatnot, people look for other options. And that right there went from 99 cents to $1.49. But at one point, it was quite a fair bit lower. So as you look at sales history, yes, not looking too good, but graciously rose up in price because people are looking for other green options. It's not the best green option, but it's got enough green that people are like, yep, good enough. Will people now look at that brand new poncho and think, well, you know what? Maybe that would be good enough. At $2 though, maybe it still goes down in price. Acceptable. But as time goes on and people looking for other options, maybe that might get some love. Maybe it might get some recognition. So, can't give you a solid answer, but by default, Christmas themed skin, you should still expect it to go below its Rust store price. I've saved that for last because I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to approach that. Cool. Understood? Right then. So, with all that said, is there anything else that needs to be addressed? Because, of course, now it's getting close to Christmas. I will be taking some time off. I don't think I'll be making super in-depth videos, I guess you could say, but I probably will still be producing videos showcasing like the new skins and maybe still doing predictions. I need to talk about what's on the horizon with the January Forcewipe update. All right, brace yourselves. So, I'm sure you're still keeping an eye on the commits. What is being mentioned here? Patrick Mazzolo, he's the man behind basically all the media projects, the animations and whatnot that you'll see in the in-game. For the trailers of the brand new content, like, of course, we just had the recent Christmas video being done. That was cute, wasn't it? But basically, he is working on the primitive game mode. Or rather, the primitive content. Why is he working on this now? Because I can't help but assume we're going to have it for January. At the very least February. But it really does look like it's going to get all nice and ready for January. Because, of course, we are seeing Night Armor DLC basically finished. We are seeing the Medieval Metal Double Door. Just to point out, this and the Medieval Barricade expected to be a brand new Medieval DLC pack. And we are also seeing mentions of the 4-shot mini crossbow. Basically, it really does look like for January 2025, or more specifically January 2nd, with the Forcewipe, with the update, we're going to probably see the primitive game mode being introduced with all the siege weapons. Yes, a big update for the very first Rust Store of 2025, which just so happens to be on the 2nd of January, one day after New Year's. Now, let me ask you, I know some of you are still in school, education and whatnot. Are you going back to education, school, whatnot, like on the 2nd, or are you going like on the 6th? I'm pretty sure mostly everyone's going to go back on the 6th. Also, for all of you working, are you going back on the 2nd, or are you probably just going back on the 6th? Or are you going to only start working hard on the 6th? The point I'm trying to get across is, for that Forcewipe weekend for January 2025, a lot of people are going to be playing. And when we potentially see a big update coming out at the same time, ooh, so an interesting kickoff to 2025, and with post-Christmas, you know, potentially one of the best times to sell your skins, because there'll be loads of people playing, more demand for skins, higher skin prices. Well, if we're seeing very good numbers for December already, how much better will it be with January time? Especially with the idea of potentially having a big update come out at the same time. All right? Things are lining up perfectly. And that means all skins in general, very likely, will be going up in price quite nicely. I just looked at this whiteout hoodie a little bit earlier. As you can see, right now, it's kind of pushing up to a brand new all-time high price. The demand is there, but potentially even more people will be playing, so even more demand will be there, which would lead to an even higher skin price. There you go. Now you're getting it. And also, we have been seeing mentions of snakes again and jungle content, blowpipe. Well, that's primitive, isn't it? But yeah, I think they're probably going to announce the jungle biome soon enough. Hopefully. So yeah, things are lining up perfectly, and potentially we're going to walk away with some sweet, delicious looking profit. Oh yes, indeed. Now, for the final thing that I want to point out, first of all, I'd like to sit here and say thank you very much for watching me throughout all of this year. I greatly appreciate it. Have I helped you out? Have you got any criticisms? feel free to offer some feedback in the chat. I'd love to hear it. But yeah, thank you very much for watching me throughout all of this year. I do appreciate it. Thank you for all the people who have subscribed. Never would I have thought I'd get close to around 8,000 subscribers. Over the past year, I think I've gained like 3,600, so thank you very much to all the new people and to all the people that have stuck around. Right, so I want to quickly go over to here now and mention this tweet. So like a week or so ago, I was informed that HLTV, who are obviously affiliated with Counter-Strike, they were kind of like mentioning a skin of the year for Counter-Strike, and they have some nominations there. And I was introduced to the idea of potentially doing this for Rust. So I'm going to ask you right now, out of all the skins that are accepted this year, between December 2023 to December 2024, out of all the skins, which one do you think is, which one would you consider, all right, is the skin of the year for Rust? Now, you could consider it based on creativity, style, you know, was it produced very nicely? Is it just your favourite play skin? Just tell me. But there are some rules to this. Could you suggest 3 skins, no Twitch drops, and no content made by Facepunch? Because that would be cheating. They can do more, right? So 3 skins accepted between December 2023 to December 2024. I'm going to do some qualitative research. I'm going to compile all the suggestions. I'll see which ones get mentioned the most, and then we'll have a vote. And maybe for January Forcewipe Rust or for the video, I'll announce the winner. I'll announce the winner of what was the Rust skin of the year for 2024. All right, so if you can help me out, I will also point out that everyone who contributes to the data, I'll be doing like a raffle, and someone could win some Surgeon Scrubs for absolutely free. All you have to do is just help me out here, and remember, make sure the skins you suggest were accepted between December 2023 to 2024. Cool. That'll be linked in the description. Comment your suggestion over to here. And yeah, I've had a lovely batch of people already suggesting their ideas, or rather their suggestions. So thank you to all those people. And Micro says he appreciates all the votes for Thundergold Tier 2. Big love. Thank you very much. Cool. So thank you very much for watching the video. Greatly appreciate it. Catch you later. See you. Goodbye.